Welcome in, everybody. I'm Devon O'Day.
And I'm John Dwyer. Thank you for joining us. Another Taste of Nashville.
Speaking of taste, look at this amazing food.
Already good. They put this out about 2 or 3 minutes before we get out here, and they just make us salivate. So if we have real drool coming out, forgive us, but you do the same thing.
We're here at the Omni Nashville with the executive sous chef. It's like
you got me right here. You got me.
I was aiming for you. The executive sous chef. Tyler Saraceno. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Love to have you. Local guy.
Correct,
We always say,
Yeah.
so where are you from? And he's like, here, which is very cool.
There's only a few of us left.
Yeah, there are. Taking the hill.
But tell everybody where you went to school here locally.
So I went to high school at Father Ryan High School.
See? Yes.
Graduated in 2009. Been out a little while now. But yeah, it's cool.
So what do you got cooking here, literally?
So we have a few items. These are off of our new spring menu. We have one thing down closest to you, John.
Mm-hmm.
It is our marinated portobello gyro wrap. We like to, really try to fit in as many vegetarian and vegan options as we can, just to make people feel welcome. Yeah, it's marinated in a nice little spice blend. We make our own tzatziki sauce in house with a big warm pita bread. So it's really nice. It's filling. It's unctuous. It's flavorful. It's very springy. So yeah, that's our first one. Over closest to me, we have our chicken pot pie.
That's what I'm talking about.
It's my favorite thing in the world. Chicken pot pie is my favorite thing. We do it in this cast iron. And instead of like your normal pie filling, we do a biscuit dough. And of course, our biscuits we make in house. All year long, we make almost 1 million biscuits a year. I'm sure if anybody's been here, they know the biscuits. So we like to kind of make it our own there. But it's very traditional. Look how fresh the
salad is. Look how fresh everything. You get a lot of things locally sourced, don't you?
As much as we possibly can, yeah. We love colors, we love flavors, we love freshness.
So pretty.
Mm-hmm. How often do you have to because the menu does rotate. It's
correct.
Everything's seasonal and so forth.
Correct.
So is this 365 or 24/7 365 or?
A lot of this stuff will stay for probably the next few months until it starts to get hotter, and then we're going to change the menu a little bit more. There are some things that will stay. We got to keep our burgers. We got to keep our shrimp and grits, of course, the local favorites.
Y'all, their shrimp and grits, the best ever. And from a Louisiana girl to say that, they're better than I get in Louisiana. I don't even have to go home again. I can just come to the Omni.
Come right down to the Omni. And then my personal favorite is the shaved country ham.
Wow.
Yeah, it's so colorful. It's so fresh. We use a rotating melon generally. So we use a cantaloupe or a honeydew, whatever kind of is looking the best at the moment. And then we use what's called a trip country ham. There's a ton of different local hammeries in the state of Tennessee. This one is my personal favorite. It is called Trip, T-R-I-P-P. It's from West Tennessee. It's just got the saltiness perfect, the flavor's perfect. It's just my favorite by far.
And it's so springy looking. I mean, you put the edible flowers. I mean, I was just talking with Sylvia Gander out at Green Door Gourmet about the edible flowers.
We love Green Door Gourmet.
It's a cool place, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
And you guys have so many things that you source locally, and the vegetables and things that are organic that you bring in. So it's lovely. Yeah,
it's cool, and it's cool when you get you'll take a picture, or maybe somebody will post something, and one of the farmers will reach out and be like, "Hey, that's my viola." Like, I know that. It's like, yeah, that's yours.
Well, this is obviously things are heating up. It's getting warm and so forth. This hotel is beautiful. If you are local, you know when it wasn't here. And obviously this has just been an amazing addition to downtown. But talk a little bit about the ambiance and you talk about comfort food, but the ambiance and kitchen notes and bar lines and all that. I mean, you don't have to be from out of town to want to come here and hang out and be comfortable.
Yeah, and you kind of feel it when you walk in. I know when I first started here, it was something that I noticed is like kind of how homely it is. You see, it's kind of, you walk through the service area and it's set up like, grandma's home. Like, we have a bunch of little knickknacks and all sorts of stuff to kind of decorate. It's not just this thrown together. I think we all see it when we walk around Nashville nowadays, all these things that just go up overnight, and it just doesn't feel alive. But like in here, you get the big lights, the big windows, tons of sunlight, and it just feels like a good place to be.
Feels like you're eating in Grandma's kitchen.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Only without Grandma going, get away from the stove. I'm not ready to serve it yet.
Exactly.
Don't have that. We've got, the Omni is full of great places to eat. You've got Kitchen Notes. You've got Bongo Java for a coffee meeting.
Correct.
You've got Bar Lines, and of course, Bob's Steakhouse.
You don't even have to leave this city block. You can get it. You can get it all done.
That's right.
That's good.
That's right. That's what we're going for.
Be a tourist in your own hometown. Come see us at the Omni. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Tyler.
Thank you for
Seeing you.
having me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. It's a
Fantastic
pleasure.
stuff.
Hey, we'll be right back. We've got music. It's our Memorial Day special. Can you tell? Get to have. Thank you, because Mona Bagsby got me something to wear on my hands. Just whatever you do,
All
give me
right,
something to
I'll
wear
get
on
in
my
the
head.
spirit.
Oh,
Okay.
See?
We'll take it to break.
We'll be right back.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Join me, Stephanie Miller, each week as we bring you the best of what's happening here in Clarksville. From the work of nonprofits to the latest events, highlights on local businesses, and also sharing you the stories of the beautiful people that make up the Queen City.
Welcome back with Devin. I'm John. Our Memorial Day weekend special that we should red, white, and blue. And my Memorial Day weekend tradition has always been, being an Indiana guy, to go to the Indianapolis 500. And this is a shirt that my father got me at least 25 years ago. And
Braggart.
so, yeah, I came in and you probably thought I was a crew chief, and I do worry you get a little loose in turn 4 sometimes. So I have to always steer you back. So anyway, that explains that it's a great pageantry, a great salute to the folks that have sacrificed, and that's my memory. That's kind of my DNA. So that explains the shirt.
I love that.
Is that all right?
I love
Got me
that.
out of wearing a tie.
But you look fresh.
And you're
you look
adorbs.
summery. Thank you. As long as I've got my appropriate headdress, I'm fine. That's all I need. That's all I need. I must have my appropriate headdress. And you know who else always has the appropriate headdress? Dave Gibson. Dave Gibson, one of my very favorite singer-songwriters ever, a rock star, formerly of the Gibson Miller Band, his own record deal, and writing for people like Alabama, and of course, our dear friend, Mr. Joe Diffie.
I miss Joe every day. Just amazing that I can't believe that he's gone. And he was the first casualty here in Nashville, really, as an artist. And,
To COVID, yeah. He was diagnosed. We were told, shut down. Joe was diagnosed, texting everybody, hey, y'all, I'm going to the hospital, but it'll be okay. 5 days later, gone.
Yeah. Anyway, I love Joe. He was one of my best friends, and he did this song that Paul Nelson and I wrote this song, and he did it, and just no one could have ever done it any better than him. And he always told me that it was his favorite song, that he ended every show with it, and he held the note out so long. It's like, how in the world can you do that?
Yeah, I always call it the Joe Diffie money note. He always had that one note. They just go, wow.
Oh, yeah.
I want to ask you, how did the song we're talking about is Ships That Don't Come In? How did that song come about? What happened on that day?
Well, the day that Paul and I were writing, it might have been the first time we ever co-wrote together. And we were writing another song, and I said to Paul, I don't really like what we're doing here. I mean, I know you got an idea in that book of yours there, and he reluctantly pulled that title out. And I said, are you kidding me? And evidently, he was planning on something else with that song, but everything changed that day, because when he pulled that idea out, and he had a few lines that he had already written on it, and I said, Paul, that's incredible. And, up above, sent me these chords, and I started playing these chords and playing and singing the melody. And in about 2 hours' time, we had this song written out, as I recall, that when we got done with it, it was like, we were like, wow, I think we just wrote a great song here. I told him, I said, listen, Paul, before we started writing it, I said, I want an award-winning song. I want that. And I said, you and your brother wrote 18 Wheels and a Dozen Roses for Kathy Mattea. And I said, I know that, which won a big award. And I said, I know you got an idea. So that's how we did it. And it had a word in it that we felt like might keep it from getting cut. And it really wasn't cut for 3 years, I was writing for Alabama's company at the time. And they had it and took it in the studio and didn't cut it. But Joe Divvy's his producer, Bob Montgomery, found it by accident and played it for Joe. And Joe said, oh my God, I love this song. He says, but I think it's too heavy for me. And Bob said, well, just go in the studio there and sing it one time. And he went in and it's like, oh my God, yeah, we're doing this song.
How do you talk about often these huge hits are really just almost a spiritual experience that you have. Is that how you would say? Because this doesn't happen all the time. In 2.5 hours, it sat for 3 years.
Yeah.
But you did it in 2.5 hours. And then other times you probably grind through stuff and don't feel like you have anything.
Yeah, there's another song that my buddies and I just wrote that I think we probably got 40 hours into it. I swear. And we just keep writing and rewriting it, and I think we're done with it, but we can stick a fork in it,
It is well done.
Well, you have written songs for with so many veterans to tell their story, but this one is our Memorial Day special. Would you sing the song for us?
Oh, I certainly will. Thank you so much for having me, and this what I love the most is this song has been played for more servicemen's memorial services than you can imagine, and that means everything. I can tell he's had a tough life by the way he sat and stared. Miss that word. Me, I'd come to push and shove, so I pulled up a chair. We talked the roads untraveled, and we talked of loves untrue, of strings that come unraveled. We were kings and kindred fools. And just when I hit bottom, that old man raised his glass, said, at least we've had our chances, there's those that never have. So here's to all the soldiers who have ever died in vain, the insane locked up in themselves, the homeless down on Main, to those who stand on empty shores and spit against the wind, and those who wait forever for ships that don't come in. He said it's only life's illusions that bring us to this bar, and pick up these old crutches and compare each other's scars. The things we're calling heartaches, hell, they're hardly worth our time. You know, we bitch about $1 when there's those without a dime. And as he ordered one last round, he said, I guess we can't complain. God made life a gamble, and we're still in the game. So here's to all the soldiers who have ever died in vain, the insane, locked up in themselves. A homeless down on Main. To those who stand on empty shores and spit against the wind, and those who wait forever for ships that don't come in. Ones who wait forever, oh forever, for ships that don't come in.
People wait a lifetime to write a song like that, and most of those ships never come in, but this one did, and God bless you. Dave Gibson, thank you for all you do for veterans.
Thank you, Devin, John. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for having me.
Dave Gibson, go check out his website because he's always up to something amazing. We'll be right back with more of Taste of Nashville.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Welcome back. I just
Wait,
had
my
to.
horse shack? Wait.
I'm just glad
What?
you knew what I was doing, you know. It's
Showing
a-
our age is what we're doing.
I know. It's Memorial Day special, and we have got somebody so special. I met this woman a few years ago, and Memories of Honor is the organization she is the biggest proponent of. And welcome, Amy Kata. How are you?
Oh, thank you. I'm great, and thank you for having me. Thank you for doing this for our families.
You have Memories of Honor, and showing them how I first met you. This is what this woman who does runs all over the place and braces, she runs in these.
That's my original pair. I've gone through many since then.
That is crazy. And these are more than 5Ks. I think you've done triathlon. You've done the whole gamut.
Yeah, when I
You are an impressive athlete.
Don't be too impressed. I shuffle. I start, I finish. Yeah, so steel toe Marine Corps combat boots, same type that my son went into boot camp with in 2011. So every stride, every mile was a love letter to my son and a thank you note to everybody that's ever served.
Tell us a little bit about this last event that you had for Memories of Honor in the Nashville area. Was it a 5K?
Yeah, so it was a 5K, a Memorial Mile walk, as well as a ruck march, where people are in combat boots and heavy packs and walking and carrying the names of fallen service members. And they were able to connect with family members that were there. So there's multiple people carrying the name of those families' loved ones.
I've also participated and shuffled through a number of these. I don't wear the rucksack, and I just can't do that. But it is impressive. You do connect with those families, and you say there's something on your website that says that grief has no titles, and the fact that this does honor men and women who have served and sacrificed, but it seems to encompass more than that.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really great organizations that put a stop date on loss of life, also the way that the loss occurred, And I found as a mom of a active duty Marine that these families are suffering and they need a place, they need a home to land. So we don't put a stop date on loss. We have fallen service members in our database going back to World War II, Vietnam, and every war and conflict since. But most importantly, we honor all loss of life within and due to service, so killed in action, missing in action, training accidents, self-infliction, medical issues directly related to service, or any loss of life while on active duty. Those families deserve to know that somebody loves them, remembers their loved one, and we believe that if somebody signed their name, put on our nation's cloth, they deserve to have their legacy live on.
I love that one of the things that you want people to understand is Memorial Day is not just one day. It is 365. It is every day. It is month after month. And you've got some wonderful people that we're going to talk about really quickly and just show their faces.
So,
who is this?
So that's Specialist Etney Murphy. His mom and dad were at our event this weekend. And we also got to hear from his mother speak at our VIP party later that night and talk about Etney's passing and his life. And it's really powerful when you hear the messages from these families of how important it is to them that Memorial Day is not just one day a year, that it's not just a barbecue. They want us to celebrate, but they also want us to remember their loved ones. Lance Corporal Armando Hernandez, again, his family was here. He just lost his life recently. It's still very fresh. The pain for all these families is still very real. But, sorry, I'm not going to get too choked up, but this young man deserves to have us remember his parents, to remember his service long after Memorial Day. That's why it's important that Memorial Day is 365 days a year and not one day a year. Private First Class Logan White, his dad is actually our Director of Outreach for Families. Just his mom and his dad are just truly special to us, and they're one of the reasons why, we do what we do, because of their loss and because of the Hernandezes and the Murphys and the Gerhardts and the thousands of other names that are in our database.
What can we do to help?
Oh my gosh.
What can people do?
The list is long. We're an all-volunteer organization still. That needs to change at some point. We're always in need of funding. We're always in need of people who have special skills to volunteer, to take what would be a paid staff place until we can afford staff. Come out to an event. We have events all over the country. Our next one is in July at the new soccer stadium. It's a free event. And then we're also doing an event with the Music City Grand Prix.
That's good. In August, you've
Yes.
got
I'm
racing.
Ready.
Yeah.
Well, everybody, I want you to remember memoriesofhonor.org. Remember the combat boots. There is a serviceman or woman wearing these today somewhere.
Amen.
Protecting our freedom, and some don't come home. Some ships don't come in, and so we want you to be a part of this organization and help Amy Cotta out in what she does. God bless you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Whew. Well, it's our Memorial Day special. This is Taste of Nashville.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Tired of hanging lights every year? We get it. That's why Southern Nights is here to help. We install programmable lighting on your home or business so you can enjoy beautiful, customizable lighting all year round. No more ladders, tangled lights, or cold nights outside. We do the work, you do the celebrating. Call Southern Nights today and take the hassle out of holiday lighting forever. For a free quote, give us a call at 931-241-3074 or visit our Facebook page at Southern Nights.
We're at the Omni Hotel, downtown Nashville, with Devon O'Day, John Dwyer. It's our Memorial Day special. It has been fantastic, and we have some familiar faces, I believe.
We do. Our director of new media at Main Street Media, Chris Kulik. And we've got Carrie Kulik, and I'm going to let you, because Michael is brand new for me, but he's your longtime friend.
Yeah, we're from the San Francisco Bay Area, so we played together for probably 10 years. We slugged it out in the clubs out there, played about 200 dates a year.
That is not amateur hour.
And worked full-time jobs at the same time.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's fine.
How'd you get here? What's your story?
We wanted to buy a house. So.
And San Francisco real estate, with the math didn't work?
Yeah, we saw where that was going.
Well, it was your idea to do a Memorial Day special, and I'm so glad, because it's one of those. I don't want to call it a holiday. It's a day of remembrance. It's what it is, and you've got some powerful music that you've created for this special event.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I wrote this song out at Cedar Forest in Lebanon. I just took my guitar out there one day, and the song wrote itself.
Mm-hmm. I think that it's important to remember the fallen, but Memorial Day is big. It's big, and you've got a couple of things that you want to share with us today. Well, what is the name of this one?
This song's called Ask Him About the War. It's about an aging veteran that's, got a little bit of dementia, but when you bring up the war, he's able to go back and really focus in on what that was like for him.
Holy smokes. What did you contribute to this, or where do you...
I just hang out.
You just...
Okay, let me tell
the
you.
arm charm, is that it? No.
Carrie Kulik is a great harmony singer, and she's also responsible. She is the one who makes sure that the Glam Squad shows up from Genesis Career College, and we love you for that.
Thank you. That's
We
nice.
do love you for that. Thank you.
You know,
And
Michael?
Michael.
just
From California, just
along for the ride?
He's
Is that
hanging
it?
out too.
I'm originally from Iowa, so don't.
Okay.
He doesn't want us
Don't
to judge.
No, Chris and I have been writing for years, and I come back 2 or 3 times a year just for different projects, and I had no idea the scope of all this. He said, yeah, we're going to do this thing, and you should come back. And I said, well, I've been wanting to, because I haven't been able to come back because of other things, so here I am, and it's like, whoa.
So did you write this together, or you said this was something
that...
that...
It came out on the same album.
Okay.
It came out on the same album that we all...
Now we're showing our age too. We said album, didn't we?
Yes,
No,
you-
it's still an album.
Hey, they're coming back.
It's still an album. Yes, yes,
They're
indeed.
coming back.
Well, this one, ask him about the war.
Ask Him About the War. Sometimes he forgets where he puts his shoes and has a hard time getting around. Lately he seems more like a child than the man that built this house. He goes over to that dresser drawer, opens a box down deep inside. His eyes light up, becomes alive again. When you ask him about the war, ask him about the war. He'll pin his medals on, point to his Purple Heart. He was ambushed in the dark. He'll unfold his parade, salute the fallen men who stayed. Then his mind fades away when you ask him about the war. Sometimes he'll write letters and date them 1945. Hello dear, I'll be home soon. Thank God I'm still alive. There's still a soldier within the man. He still fights today, a battle he has never lost. But I'm afraid this one he may. Ask him about the war. He'll pin his medals on, point to his Purple Heart. He was ambushed in the dark. He'll unfold his parade, salute the fallen man who stayed. Then his mind fades away when you ask him about the war. His mind fades away.
I love that line. There's the soldier still within the man. I love it's like the the statue that's within the stone. It's that I love that. I love that line. And recently we had a terrible tragedy in Nashville, the Covenant school shooting. And when we talk about Memorial Day, we don't even think about sometimes those kind of things, and that's part of Memorial Day too. That's as we remember those people, and you did something special for those children.
Well, yeah, the Covenant shooting I think affected us all deeply. So I didn't know what to do, so I just started playing, and this was another song that kind of wrote itself and helped me get some of the pain I was feeling out of my system, at least.
Music is one of the best healers for that.
I think there's certain therapy in doing that and trying to, you can only say so many words, but if you put it to a melody and express yourself that way, that one is going to be raw for a while, for forever.
Well, we did a little toss to a brand new song for the Covenant shooting, and you lost a couple of your players because they're not part of this. That's that new.
Yeah, it's that new. Plus, they quit.
Not paying them enough.
This song's called Nashville's Out of Tune. The steel guitar was never meant to cry. Foreclosed coffins at an altar. How could this happen here? There'll be no green hills for a while. Too early to forgive that devil who brought fire. Nashville's out of tune. Our worries yesterday, with too many pedal taverns cruising down Broadway. 6 precious lives taken way too soon, like 6 broken strings. Nashville's out of tune. Police body cameras clearing out classrooms. The smell of that gunpowder led them to a room, and they took the thread down. There'll be no green hills for a while. Too early to forgive that devil who brought fire. Nashville's out of tune. Our worries yesterday, with too many potholes on the interstates. 6 precious lives taken way too soon, just like 6 broken strings. Nashville's out of tune. And the pain of those 6 families waking up today. There'll be no prom pictures, photographs, corsages to pin on. There'll be no retirement trips to Venice, no gondolas to sail away. so will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by. There's some better waiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky.
Boy, that's powerful, but man, I felt every one of that. It's hard. God bless all of those families and those that are watching. There's not one of us in Nashville who wasn't touched by the Covenant shooting. And there was a beautiful picture that was captured the day of the memorial for those children, and there was a beautiful rainbow.
I saw that.
It was beautiful, and I always want to say that there's always a promise of hope, that there is a forever waiting, and God bless all those people who've lost children, not only those Gold Star families, but the families that lost them in the Covenant shooting. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
I'm going to compose myself because it's a lot. We have got Sherry Arnold, and we're going to talk salt therapy and a wonderful spa coming up. She is a Two Rivers Good Citizen of the month. She the whole month she is. But she a good citizen all the time. We're going to talk to her next.
Stay with us.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
You can't see the sights without the sounds. From the crack of the bat to the roar of the crowd and everything in between, discover what Hit City has to offer. Spend your nights cheering on the Nashville Sounds at First Horizon Park with giveaways, fireworks shows, theme weekends, and more. Single game tickets are on sale now. Visit NashvilleSounds.com to claim your seat today.
Welcome back. We are in our Memorial Day special, and it's time that we shine the Two Rivers Ford spotlight on a Citizen of the Month.
Citizen of the Month.
Hey, hey.
Not just today, but forever in a month.
I'll take that.
Sherry Arnold from the Salt Spa, and you now give me the proper name for your salt spa.
I am the grateful owner of Third Coast Salt Day Spa.
Third Coast Salt Day Spa.
The backstory for that is, I think it's fascinating.
It's a great backstory, yes. So when musicians would come to Nashville to, play their music or record their music, their brothers in music or their sisters in music would say, hey, you going to the West Coast? You going to the East Coast? And they say, no, man, I'm going to the Third Coast. So in honor of Music City, I named my company Third Coast Salt Day Spa.
I'm going to tell you, if you don't know about salt therapy, I remember when I just saw that you had a business, and I said, we got to talk about it. We got to have you on the radio. We got to talk about your business, because it is so therapeutic for everything that ails you. I'm just going to tell you, it's life-changing. It really is. When you discover what salt can do.
We incorporate salt therapy pretty much in all of our treatments. So we have a 5,200 square foot day spa right outside of Nashville in Mount Juliet, Tennessee. And we believe in salt. It's like we've brought a beach to Nashville.
And it's the pink Himalayan salt.
It is.
And so you walk in, and for some reason, it's just so soothing. If you have sinus issues, if you've got kind of sickness coming on, it gets rid of it.
It's heavenly. So we have the whole full day spa experience, but one really beautiful room in the spa, we have 4,000 pounds of brick that we flew in from Pakistan. Inside that room, we have machines called halogenerators, and that blows the salt through the spa. So you are getting your facials and your laser treatments and your massages and your sweat therapy sessions, all while incorporating the healing aspects of salt therapy.
All right, so explain. I'm a guy. And you spot. What is the healing? What is therapeutic? What's the chemical reaction? Why is salt so good for us?
Well, I'm so glad you're asking because we are a little bit behind in the times with the benefits of salt therapy. It's very, very powerful. You know, when you go to the beach, it's not always the margaritas that make you feel good, right? It's the power of salt. So it is the negative ions coming off the waves that just relax you, calm you down. So we've kind of simulated that feel from the walls throughout the spa. And then also the halogenerator it blows a pharmaceutical grade salt through the building. And that's antibacterial, antifungal, anti-inflammatory. So makes you look beautiful, makes you feel good. This helps with breathing, like you said, Devin.
It's really great. If you suffer from allergies and that,
I've
like
been
everybody,
coughing up a lung the last half hour. Sorry about that.
But it goes inside your, you talk about the saline washes that you do for it's like that for your whole body.
It is.
And you just breathe it in and you go, wow, why do I feel so good? Even if you don't get a massage, which you can get a massage at your spa.
We do.
Even if you don't, if you just lay there and get the salt feel, it's amazing how good you feel when you leave. You go, I feel like I've had a massage and all I've done is lay there. I
have what we call 35 salty sweethearts that work for me. And I call them salty sweethearts because they're beautiful, they are healers, and they love giving back. So people come to our location not only to feel confident, but they come to relax, and they also come to escape from the crazy things that's going on in the world. So I'm very proud of them.
So other than salt therapy, what are some of the other things at your spa?
Well, our number one division is skincare. I have 8 estheticians that work for me, and they are talented in everything from any type of facial you could possibly imagine to microblading, lashes, types of waxing. We do it all, chemical peels at all. I have a whole slew of massage therapists too, so we can do everything from hot stone to couples massages, lymphatic massages. One thing that's really gaining momentum is our sweat therapy room. If you like to sweat, come pay and I'll let you sweat.
After a certain age, I don't even need to go to a spa for that. I'm just going to say,
But we've got it all. I mean, we've got the beautiful steam rooms, 8-person eucalyptus steam room. We have a silent suite for prayer, meditation, and napping. We've got a social suite where you can bring the champagne, the wine. I mean, it's just a wonderful, wonderful place to escape.
So you moved to Mount Juliet, I think, in 2007, right? And so you've built this up, but this is your 2.0, right? I mean, you've got a career, you've got a past.
I love it.
I've
I've always been a spa girl.
Yeah.
I've always known that I was going to have a spa in the Nashville area, and what's so crazy is that it's come to fruition, and it's a wonderful, wonderful thing that we do locally in Nashville, and I hope to be everywhere one day. So.
Well, I'm going to tell you, if people take a good look at your skin, they'll be running to go get facials done at the Third Coast Day Spa. It's incredible. And tell people where the website is so they can find it.
Oh, it's www.thirdcoastsalt.com, and we're right outside of Nashville, so it's an easy drive.
Yes, it's up in blooming and blossoming, growing Mount Juliet, Tennessee. It's so awesome. I found out about your new location from when it was being built because Jason Goolsby telling us when dirt's being moved around, and he was talking about it, and I'm going, look at you expanding.
We are so blessed. We were in a cute little rental for probably the first almost 7 years. And we survived everything from COVID to floods to tornadoes, everything that poor Mount Juliet has gone through. My community did not let me fail. And in that closing for COVID, I was able to purchase land in 2020, and then in 2021, we started building our forever home. It's gorgeous. 5,200 square feet of gorgeousness.
What a wonderful Middle Tennessee business success story.
Thank you very much.
That is fantastic.
And a salute to our friends at Two Rivers Ford who selected you as Citizen of the Month.
That's an honor that I'd love to share, yes.
They, every month they look through. You were nominated by your peers and your community.
Yes.
And chosen like that. And if you go to the ball field, there will be, you see Sherry Arnold's name. It was right there from Third Coast Day Spa.
You know, I always thought I'd get an Oscar or something, but this honor is way bigger and way better. I'll take it any day. It's, you know, to be a servant to your community and those in need. Every day we do that, but last week in particular, we really were citizens. So I am just the face this month for people that do these kind of wonderful things every day.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Well earned.
Taste of Nashville. We give you some of the very best of what Nashville has to offer, and the number one on that list is its people. Thank you, Sherry.
Thank you.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
I'm so excited about this new show.
Dino Trek is back again this year. It's bigger than we've ever had it before.
When they're about 5 months old, we'll start see them sticking their head out of the pouch, or you might see a foot come out or a tail.
It's like an Airbnb for Joey's. Now, you're not going to see all three of them together because cats in general don't get along unless it's time to get along, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh,
yeah.
my.
Well, we're 2/3 of the way there. It's animals, nature, and fun. That's what we're all about. But during that time, we hope that you also learn something, that you're inspired to want to learn something.
What's new at the zoo with Jim Bar 2.
Catch At the Zoo exclusively on Main Street Media TV. Check our on-screen TV guide for days and times.
The Memorial Day edition of Taste of Nashville rolls on with Devin. I'm John. We're at the Omni Nashville, festive as always. Remembering it's been very powerful. We've had some very poignant, wonderful, powerful songs, and the music rolls on.
The music does roll on, and I have met one of my favorite new people in Music City, and he's not here very often because CJ Field is from New England. You're from Vermont.
Yes, ma'am, I am. Well, no, I'm from Massachusetts. Might as well be Vermont.
Well, isn't it like really close, like right there on the border?
As far away from Boston as you can get before I'm making maple syrup.
And jam.
Right, yeah. We jam.
Well, if I follow you all the time, and you're always playing clubs and stuff around Vermont as well,
Yeah.
so that I always get that you always go, I'm near Vermont. I'm right there on the border.
Yeah. Well, everyone assumes that when I say Massachusetts, I'm supposed to say cod, bar, and all that stuff. But no, yeah. I guess I'm a Vermonter.
You have been in Nashville writing and stuff, but you've been coming back and forth for a long time. And I always say Nashville, I describe it as graduating classes. And there's always groups of people that are friends, and they pull for each other. They write together and write together. Who's in your class?
I'm really proud of my class. You know, in the group of friends I had when I first moved to town, most notably is Ashley McBride, who's multiple Grammy, ACM, and CMA noms now. Got her first Grammy.
Congratulations, Ashley McBride.
Terry Jo Box, who hosts a writers' round in town. She's got cuts now with Cody Johnson and Miranda, and 2 with Laney on the new record. And my friend Blue hosts a festival that's in Denmark, and he's got 6 locations they do here in the States now. My friend Eric Torres, who's in our graduating class, he's got a couple number ones now as a producer for Jimmy Allen. So I'm really proud of my class, and hopefully it's just the beginning.
And I know the class is all pulling for you, all pulling for you. Now, I asked you if you had a Memorial Day song, and you said, as I tell everybody that's in my little brood of baby songwriters, I always say yes and figure out everything out.
Yeah, well, when you call, it's a yes, and I'll figure it out after.
See, that's what I'm saying.
You're well trained.
Yeah,
So
it didn't take long to figure that out.
When did this song come about?
This morning. Yeah, on the way here, so I thought...
Wet paint.
I got to come up with a Memorial Day song. I even called my brother. I'm like, you got anything? I asked you if a cover song would be okay.
And I said, no, you can make original.
My backup plan would be to have retrofit a song that I had already written for Memorial Day, but I think this one will do. I think I got an okay song. I got lucky.
See, I should be a publisher and just say, here's what I need.
Today.
Come on, Younger. I need it right now. I'm going to pitch this. Okay, so we'll consider this a live pitch. I know that there might be an artist who's listening who says that you can't have it because he's going to record it. See? No, I did that.
Here, yeah. So yeah, this is available nowhere, so you're going to have to take it in now.
CJ Field, everybody.
The song's called The Soldier. From my Marine Corps friends out there, I apologize. It's a universal thing. Chill out. Mama's wrinkled letter in his pocket. Daddy's name stitched proudly on his chest. Him and 10 or so of his new brothers on a plane to a place they won't forget. Swore an oath to his country and his rifle. Got tattoos of the flag and a Bible. He thought that he might play ball in college later on this fall, 12 months ago when he was still in high school. And he thinks about the things that he's fighting for, 'cause heaven knows the price that he could pay. So I hope you count your blessings every evening. And don't forget the soldier when you pray. 2 months in his bombs and tanks and firefights. Hell on earth like he ain't never known. And he gets scared to death sometimes, but he knows he's on the line between all this hell and everything he'd own. So he thinks about all the things he's fighting for, 'cause heaven knows the price that he could pay. So be sure to count your blessings every evening. Don't forget the soldier when you pray. Back here we've got celebrities on TV talking about the things we need to change. And I can't help but get a little angry as another folded flag gets hauled away. Mama's wrinkled letter in his pocket, Daddy's name stitched proudly on his chest. 6 of his closest brothers carry the soldier as we lay him down to rest. And I think about all the things we're fighting for and the prices that our men and women pay. So be sure to count your blessings every evening. Don't forget the soldier when you pray.
You know, I'm about to turn into Tammy Faye Baker right here.
Man,
I got on my makeup.
You can ask her. I barely got through it out there. I didn't know if I was going to be able to sing it. I don't know how. God bless. I don't know how I found that one this morning.
Is that somebody? Yeah, I was wondering in your buddies you know, or experiences, or just kind of a hybrid of.
Well, I mean, if you're close enough to it, I think everyone understands it, and anyone disrespects it probably doesn't have one of those folded flags nearby, you know. So, shout out, tip of the hat to everyone out there who relates.
You know, CJ, thank you for writing that. You wrote that, and I always say that songwriters get a lightning bolt from that divine place with nothing but just air.
Well, I was crying on
write
the way
something.
over here,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh man, really? Because it doesn't always, I struggled over 2 songs yesterday. I mean, we fought for them, and I didn't finish one of them. So that can happen too, you know?
It's the beauty of Nashville, though. Songwriter that's what Nashville is built on. Literally, our foundation is the song. And the song doesn't come about without the songwriter, and I'm just blown away.
Well, hopefully someone out there relates to that.
Can you imagine if you gave him a week? I mean, can you
I always describe CJ's voice and said, if Springsteen and Bob Seger had a baby, and I mean, it just kills me.
I appreciate that's a hell of a heck of a compliment.
But check out more of his music, CJ Field. Follow him on social media. Where are you playing in Nashville?
Well, cjfieldofficial.com. We put all of our shows up there, whether they're solo or with the band. I'm going to Tulsa this weekend. I'll be at Maggie's Music Box. We have some new music we just recorded. I can't wait to put out, and doing a couple festivals later this summer I'm excited about. So everything's at cjfieldofficial.com. I forgot to say that last time, so I'm not forgetting this time. cjfieldofficial.com.
You have a lot of shows up in Massachusetts.
Yeah, actually we're doing...
Where he's from? Oh, shut up.
We're doing Fresh Grass Music Festival, and thanks for attention to detail. I like that.
No, I saw that. Yeah.
That's him. He's a professional. I just go, aren't you from Vermont? No.
Whatever.
Well, I tried to specify last time. She said, well, you know how big your state is, right? You're from Boston.
They're just like itsy bitsy, but that's okay. There's all this food from the Omni Hotel where we do this show every month. Our next show will be our CMA Music Fest show. So make sure you follow, subscribe, and share. Download our Main Street Media television app because it's free.
Can't beat the price.
I know.
Can't do that. DJ, thank you for your time.
Hey,
man.
thanks
Thank
for
you.
having me.
Thank
It's
you
a
for coming
pleasure.
through like a
Is this,
champion.
is
That
this
is
up for
really
grabs?
good stuff.
It's up for grabs. It's
We're
time
not
for you.
looking. Go
We're
ahead
going to
and take
say
it.
bye, everybody. We are Main Street Media. Thanks for being with us.